Those are, snuff films. Those are snuff films that are being showed over and over and over again to people, and you're in a passive, receptive position where you're sitting in front of it, watching it over and over and over again.
More and more people are waking up to the truth that at the very least, a completely new independent investigation of these attacks needs to happen. And the soldiers that are in Afghanistan and Iraq need to come home because there is no actual good reason for them to be there. Only rationalizations presented over and over, delaying their return and maximizing profits for the warmongering banking interests.
Now that you know what the elitist goal is, to centralize political, legal, financial, and military power, you can now view the events of 9/11 as they actually are. A coordinated psychological operation used to create a multi-profitable situation for many cartel capitalistic entities, as well as acting as a pretext for unlimited war on terrorism, and the extreme reduction of personal liberties, protesting, and freedom. 9/11 itself, as an event, allows the transformation from a covertly enslaved society pretending to be free into an overtly enslaved society based on the Napoleonic code of what is not permitted is forbidden. On a positive note, as Richard Grove has pointed out, 9/11 is the event that acts as a keyhole, allowing us to see the bigger picture of what is really going on. Another reason to have hope in the face of the 9/11 events and the tightening of the proverbial noose that has followed is that as the noose closes, more and more people are waking up and seeing what is happening. For those of us who believe that humanity is due to undergo a transcendent expansion of our collective awareness, 9/11 is the event that allows us to look at the world from a more informed perspective and see the true interconnectedness of not only the elite power structure, but the ways in which we all relate and correlate to each other. There is truly a plethora of resources to look at the 9/11 event from just about every conceivable angle. But at this point, the official story at the very least has been blown away to be shown as a total fraud. It is extremely important to get a full contextual understanding as to who would have, who could have, and who did mastermind, profit, and benefit from the attacks, and then blame Muslims in another country. The recent revelations of the destruction of Al-Qaeda interrogation tapes by the CIA, without any disclosure to anyone in the chain of command, underscores the nature of the deception. They wish to get rid of whatever evidence that exists that disproves their official story. But there are simply too many factors for them to effectively control, save our ignorance. The elitist media insists that not only is the official story the only truth, 2 + 2 = 5, but anyone who questions that truth, even an American icon like Willie Nelson, is branded as unpatriotic and ridiculed as crazy, without ever addressing the actual evidence that's been presented. When someone insults you after you bring them a logical and rational argument, it is because they have no way to win the argument. End of story. To learn the related history leading up to the 9/11 events, and how the war on terror is really a war on your remaining freedoms, be sure to visit thecauseofeffect.com and learn how to stand up against this veiled oppression.
When you ask yourself, Cui Bono, who benefits, when looking at a situation or event, things start to make a bit more sense. No Muslim, whether they're in Al-Qaeda or Iraq or wherever, has ever benefited from the September 11th attacks. The only people who've benefited are those who want to use that event to do things they couldn't normally get away with, and that's the pattern of behavior our leaders are currently exhibiting. Knowledge is power. And the fear that is thrust onto you from official sources, from fear-mongering newscasts to experts claiming the next bird flu is just around the corner. Fear is the obvious favorite tool the elites use to keep us dumb, keep us occupied, and keep us obedient to their will. They truly do not want an informed populace, and thus it almost makes sense that it would be your duty as a human being on this good earth to try and be as aware as possible so that you can make the best decisions to enhance your life and the lives of those you care about. With that awareness and the love and open-mindedness needing to maintain and grow the awareness, you'll be surprised how much power you actually have to change life for the better and manifest a positive reality for everyone. Hope, fearlessness, awareness, and determination are the biggest enemies of slave drivers and are the tools we must equip in order to take our collective human society back.
In a world of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act.
Like, if I had to guess, what I want to see is I want to see a trial. I want to see the people who are actually responsible brought to justice. I want to know the perpetrators. I want to know who did what. And then I want those people brought to justice, whatever justice is. And I want my goddamn country back. I want to repeal the Patriot Act. I want to, shatter the Department of Homeland Security. I mean, I want to get back to the fucking Constitution.
I want all that, and I want their punishment to be public. I don't want them to be hustled away somewhere.
Well, they've set the precedent for that now with Saddam Hussein.
Well, I don't want to see a public hanging. No,
I don't either.
And let me tell you what I don't want to see. I don't want to see an execution. What I do want to see is these people put in an all-white prison, specially built for them. No torture, 3 square meals a day, a standard prison cell, nothing cozy. But it's going to be a 24-hour fucking network. So anytime during the day, I'm dead serious, anytime during the day, if you want to see Dick Cheney crying on the toilet right next to his bed, you can. That's what I want. They're in a prison cell.
Everything to nothing.
Exactly. I'm not looking for them to get tortured. I want no vengeance. I want something better than they give most prisoners. But you know what? I want everybody to see it because I want the richest guy at the top of this fucking chain to be able at one point to say, wow, there's my lieutenant. And he's crying on the toilet. I want that. I want that bad. That sends a very strong message. How far until they get to me? Because I'm not under any illusions that we'll get the top guy of all this criminality, or the several top guys. No. But we can get some of them.
And you have to go through crazy to get to the truth, because that's where they hide the truth. They put crazy between you and the truth, so you have to kind of go through there. Now, if you go out there and you don't have a partner to bounce some ideas off of, and you're not diligent about your reading, you're going to read some crazy things, and you're going to bounce in and out of that atmosphere like an FM radio signal. But if you apply your wave like an AM signal, which broadcasts, actually AM bounces around, FM broadcasts in deep space. But the idea is that you want to get straight through there. So you want to design this rocket. So you decide that you're going to take this step away from Bill O'Reilly and Fox News and CNN and whatever. You need to chart a course. You need to say, I'm not trying to get here, I'm trying to get to the truth. I'm trying to get outside of all this innuendo and rumor, and you're looking for truth in action, right? Because you have experienced a traumatic event, whether you were there or you've just watched it on TV. That's what 9/11 was, so they hope to use it to enslave us, and I hope to leverage the tragedy and convert it into something positive by saying it has made us all stop, look, recognize, and take action. And to start to convert some of that negative energy into positive energy, you have to both take people some truth and show them what happened that day, but you also have to put the rest of their lives in context so that they feel that they have a stronger grip and that they can be more actionable in more meaningful ways and basically live a more efficient life.
And if you're going to go to send your kids to school or college and think they're going to get educated on what's really going on, who runs those places? The government runs them to dumb us down and hide the truth from us. But the truth is there, the remedy is there. There is solution. It's there. But we need to get educated in the proper way on the proper stuff.
Yeah, so we have to manifest a better world. And that's the whole thing. It is just a real slight paradigm shift. Yeah, you just see something a little bit differently and you're like, oh, the thing is that sort of the more information we have, to me there's a difference between information and knowledge.